Hello shooters, it is Bryson with ITW Firearms, and today we're going to be shooting the Henry Repeating Arms Lever Action in 4570 Government. It is a pretty beautiful day here in Western Colorado, as you can see, and you might ask, why am I shooting today? What better weather do you have to shoot in than the weather that you have? So let's get right into it. I do enough talking about this rifle, and it's about high time that I do some shooting. I'll show here in a second, but I've got a target set down there at approximately 100 yards, and we're just going to do some unloading and get some rounds through the weapon system, show you guys what it looks like, what it feels like. We'll talk about it, and then we'll go see how we did down below. Today we're going to be shooting two different loads. One is a 325 and the other is a 405, and both are store-bought loads. Starting out with the 325 grain, let's see how she does. Beautiful. All right, we've got another 325 in there. Let's see how she does. Let's pay attention to the recoil. It's really not that aggressive with the 4570. The 325 grain, I'd compare that probably to about a little higher than my 30-06 Springfield M1 Garand. Here we go. It's got to be one of the best parts right here of owning a lever action. All right, so first few rounds are immaculate coming through the weapon. So we're going to take here and we're going to load up these 405 grains that I picked up down at a gun show in Waco, Texas. And I'm really glad that I opted to go with this version of the 4570 lever action. I love having the side gate. I love being able to load just very casually, ripping them off the bandolier, throwing the ammunition in. So we'll start with 3 rounds to begin with. We'll see what recoil manages like, what it feels like, what it sounds like. So here we go. Definitely a little bit more punch in the 405 grain there, but as you can see, weapon is performing immaculately under different load size. Same, almost had a little bit of a feed issue there. Just need to make sure that I'm drawing all the way down when I'm asking for that next round. All right, so just got done with the 405s there. We're going to switch back over, put in some of these 325s, and I'm going to get a little closer up here on the rifle itself so you guys can see how well it performs and how much fun it is to shoot. So we'll do 3 rounds to begin with. Still got our same target here, roughly at about 100 yards. We'll get right up next to the camera, show you guys what it looks like. Whew. Another 3 smooth rounds coming right out of the Henry 4570 brush gun machine. It was a really cool thing about having this bandolier, and I finally did get the information from the gentleman that made it from me for his email. If you want one of these Herman Oak handmade, hand-tooled custom leather bandoliers, just message or drop a comment down below and I will reply with the email of the leather worker who did this fine piece of work for me. All right, so we got 4 rounds of 305 loaded up here in the 4570. We're going to let her rip. We're going to make it quick too, just show you guys what that looks like and feels like. And here we go. All right. Range is hot. Oh, we get our first feed issue. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here with it. All right, so it looks like she popped out just a little bit there by our ejector, but we could just plop it out of the side. All right, clear our gun here, make sure we're safe. Everything's still rolling like it should. go ahead and throw that one back in. We'll finish off that last round. Range high. Here we go. So after a little malfunction there, we'll go ahead and I'll show you what I'm shooting at and just kind of what the conditions are. This is a completely safe and vacant plot here of my lady's family ranch. Way down there under that juniper tree. All right, set back up. So get past that little malfunction there. We'll go ahead and load back up, throw some more of the 305s in. Everything still feels good. I think that one just got caught on the ejector on its way in. So talk about cost per round. 4570 can really be one of those costly loads. And a lot of comments that I got in my previous video on the 4570 and my grizzly bear encounter in Wyoming was that it's pretty much a hand loader's cartridge. This and the 45 Colt I find to be, which I'm fascinated by both of those. And I don't really have any, just be honest, I don't really have any experience doing any kind of reloading or hand loading. And it's something that I definitely like to explore. So if you hand load, please feel free to drop some information on maybe some of the literature that you read or share how you kind of got into hand loading to begin with. I'd really appreciate that. So anyhow, let's get back to checking this thing with 325s. Here we go. All right. Range is hot. Put them down. All right, next up we're going to be doing the 325 compared to the 405. We'll do the 325 first, and we'll do the 405 next. All right, 325 is already chambered, ready to go. My barrel is getting a little warm, not really enough to really warm me up in this weather, but here we go nonetheless. All right, shooters, here we go. 325.
Sold right there. 325.
Felt good, looked good. Let's go to that 405. This is an incredible weapon system. I'm so glad that I was able to purchase one of these when I did, for the price point that I did, and for it to follow me through my journey in life, through many different states: Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Mississippi, Tennessee. I mean, she's been everywhere with me since I got it back in 2021. But so just a little review on the rounds that we've done here. It's an immaculate shooting weapon, and there's nothing like kind of wielding the power of a 4570, throwing 4570 downrange, especially on a nice warm day like today. This is pretty much, a condition that you could be expecting to use this weapon system in for your winter months. I know that the 4570 and you get into the 12 gauges are popular in a lot of bear country, but this right here could be an everyday usage of this rifle. So anyhow, as far as it is for me, I'm about 5'10". I would like to have just a little bit of that stock taken down, that way that my draw feels a little more natural. I just like it to be a little closer to me, but that's just kind of cherry picking it a little bit. As far as how the weapon has operated, I have got hundreds of rounds, and you do the math on how much that runs. I've got hundreds of rounds through the weapon system, and it has operated for me really, really, really well. All right, shooters, hope you enjoyed the video of the Henry 4570 Govt Lever Action. This is an immaculate weapon system. If you could ever get your hands on one, I certainly recommend that you do. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like it, subscribe, or comment, or share the videos to others who you might need to convince that you need one of these platforms. Thank you very much. It's been ITW Firearms.